Hello everyone and welcome back to more Fate Grand... I didn't mean to hit that. To more Fate Grand Order, Lostbelt 3. Let's just keep going. Do I want to bring a guest servant or a regular support? You know what? I've got good casters. I can use a guest servant for support. Heck yeah. I'm gonna switch you out, actually. There we go. Let's put in Nero. Okay. Man, that was a hell of a quarrel. Keep this up and one of you's gonna end up dead. Quarrel? I think you misunderstand. We were genuinely risking our lives. Yeah. Huh? Why is that? For that matter, why'd you hit those guys so hard anyway? I see this is a world without conflict. I mean, I know they started it, but still, you guys must really hate each other. Pardon me, forgive the interruption, but have you ever seen these automata before? Nope, never. What are those things anyway? At first I was freaking out because I thought you killed them. But then I saw they didn't bleed even when their limbs broke off, so I thought they might be scarecrows. But making scarecrows that complex seems kind of pointless, so now I don't know what to think. Come on, what kind of scarecrow would go around picking fights? Good point. Mr. Cursor, could I have a word with you on the shadow border? Tell me, what do you make of the villagers' reactions? They really took all this in stride. Maybe too much so, yeah. Indeed, they seemed to be completely oblivious to the danger. They were far more worked up when they found us trampling their fields. I can understand how they might regard our fight with Akuta as something that doesn't concern them. But the same cannot be said for these mechanical dolls. Akuta Hinako did not bring these over from proper human history. This technology is foreign to us. What's more, Zhen Yang clearly sent them to her to reinforce her. Oh yeah, by the way, I know my Mandarin pronunciation is not exactly perfect. I'm, trying my best. I did read a little bit more about, or learn a little bit more, rather, about how to pronounce things in between the last episode and this episode. So hopefully my pronunciation will be a little bit better. If you actually speak Mandarin and have constructive feedback for me, that would be appreciated, but, not necessary. Don't feel obliged to. But I'm trying. All this leads me to believe these automata are a type of weapon native to this world. And yet, the people who live here claim to have never seen them before. So what? Maybe these are just a bunch of backward country bumpkins. We can assume that Akuta has formed an alliance with this world's ruler, just like we've seen in previous Lostbelts. For the moment, let us further assume this ruler is, in fact, Qin Shi Huang. If true, it is certainly sensible that he would send these automata to aid her in battle. It then stands to reason that, on seeing us fight their nation's armed forces, these farmers would see us as a threat and treat us accordingly. And yet, that proves not to be the case. Yeah, it's gotta be like a world without conflict. In which case, I can draw only one conclusion, which is that these villagers are so wholly ignorant of war that they do not even know weaponry. Say, what? Is that even possible? It is. However, we all saw that their fight-or-flight reflex tended toward the former on our initial encounter. So while I doubt that this world is completely devoid of danger... Do you hear that racket outside too? Yeah, that's a good point. It's more like a world without major conflict. What is shaking the screen? Ah, it's more of those strange monsters. Shit. Why are you freaking out? Isn't it the supervisor's job to get rid of things like that? How the hell are we supposed to chase those things away with a stick? Please, travelers, you've got to help us. Indeed, I believe we should lend a helping hand here as well. Right, moving to intercept hostiles. Yep, I figured there had to be Jotun in that case. Why is that grayed out? Status. Oh, if HP is below 50%. Right. Ah, crap. Okay, that's a little bit better. Wow. And down goes Spartacus, just like that. Well, good luck, Sieg. Okay, cool. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'll leave it up to these two. Nice. Love it when death actually hits. Those creatures aren't native to this land either. No, they weren't. That was a Jotun, a type of giant we fought in the Scandinavian Lostbelt. Well, this just keeps getting weirder, huh? A few of them are running away, so they probably got a nest somewhere around here. A nest. Yep, better track them down and wipe them out, or things are gonna get way worse around here, seeing how this village has shit all for defenses. Man, you guys really are amazing. I can't believe you took care of those scary monsters just like that. There's nothing I like more than shielding the weak. I hate to think of us as weak, but I can't blame you. The only way we could have won is with Heavenly Emperor's divine aid. I see. Then the reason you supervisors wield weapons is indeed solely to defend the village? That's right. Not that we have a lot to do, of course. Usually the most we have to worry about is chasing off the odd stray dog or boar. Well, that and helping the occasional drunkard cool off, I guess. What about invasions from foreign countries? Are you not concerned about those? Foreign countries? You know, the places foreigners come from. Remember how the elder used to tell us he heard that there were places other than here when he was just a kid? Just a moment, please. What exactly do you mean when you say foreigners? What do we mean? I'm not sure what to say. We've just heard rumors that say they look just like us, but they're actually monsters that are scarier than any boar. And that they like to eat our livers instead of our crops. Okay. That's why we thought you were going to eat us when you first showed up. Sorry about that. I see. Now I understand. The people of this Lostbelt have no concept of separate nations, or at least their only knowledge is derived from distorted ancient legend and hearsay. So what, you're saying the probably Qin Empire dominated the whole world? You're kidding. Is it even possible for people to put aside all their ethnic and religious differences to make that happen? So that's why they've never seen soldiers before, let alone war. That means this world is so perfectly peaceful that not only do people not need to arm themselves, they do not even know what weapons are. This country is the ideal nation made reality. Can you even imagine such a thing? I have arrived at Mount Lee, Your Imperial Majesty. Which warrior would you like me to unseal? Okay. If this were a foreign expedition, it would be no matter if they were somewhat free-spirited. But since this is a domestic matter, we would prefer not to use someone too rambunctious. Then you're saying we should not evaluate our warrior on combat ability alone. If they were to incite a rebellion, we could not keep an eye on them and Chaldea at the same time. For example, do not even think about releasing anyone like the Talion brothers. They could get carried away and try to take over the empire for themselves. We need a warrior who is not only brave, but also kind and modest, one who is fiercely loyal to this empire and its people, and who will defend them at all costs. We would like you to choose this warrior, Captain. Me, Your Imperial Majesty? Are you sure you want me to handle such an important task? Why else would we send you, our captain of the guard, all the way to Mount Lee? Surely you are aware that reviving a frozen hero carries some risk? Well, yes, of course. Something could even go wrong with their mind during the unsealing, causing them to fly into a rage. It would be bitterly ironic if we were to release a hero for the purposes of preventing a war, only for them to transform into disaster incarnate. So we deemed it prudent to have you present for the unsealing in the event such a danger did present itself. Do you understand? So, you're saying you want me to deal with them in case they happen to go berserk. Indeed, this hero must be strong enough to defeat these heroic spirits from another world, but not so strong that you would be unable to stop them in such an unfortunate situation. With all of these requirements to consider, would you not prefer to choose this hero yourself? I see. Your kindness and wisdom humbles me, Your Imperial Majesty. Huh. Frozen heroic spirits, Interesting. I see you have yet another impressive card up your sleeve. Mount Lee is the jewel of our empire. It is the mausoleum where the brave warriors who once fought by our side now sleep in peace. True, it's always tricky figuring out what to do with the brutes you use to establish a new regime. Short-sighted, short-tempered rulers tend to go with the whole "you have outlived your usefulness" route and just off their servants. But not you, Your Imperial Majesty. How clever of you to literally keep them on ice so they can be useful to you again. These warriors deserve to be praised for all eternity for their help in establishing peace. That said, we cannot bestow all of them with the same immortality we possess. While there is little that can be done to cushion the shock they experience whenever they are awakened and see how much has changed, fighting on new battlefields has become a common enough occurrence for them that they are now accustomed to it. What do you think? Do you not agree it is a much cleaner system than your heroic spirits? It's not that different. Oh yes, I can't wait to see what happens next. I always love the word freeze. It's really not that different from summoning heroic spirits. Oh, seeds. Did I have someone who needed seeds for something? Maybe. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot. Wow, okay. I'll start on this one this time, but jeez. No Mordred, but another unknown guest to the servant. Interesting. Let's go with Merlin. No, I want to use my sabers. Who do I want to switch in? Or switch out for MASH, rather. Switch Angra out. to get that bond point increase. You want to know if there's a place around here known for its cold? Yes, both types of monster that have been attacking recently hail from frigid climates. It stands to reason, then, that they have fashioned a nest somewhere nearby that is suitably cold. Can you think of any such place? Hold on a sec. There we go, that's much more comfortable. Can't really think of much that's near here. Maybe he means a place beyond the village border fence? Well, it's hard to say since nobody's ever gone there. Hold on, none of you have ever been outside your village? Not even once? Well, no. I mean, it's prohibited, for one thing. Yeah, most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor decreed that we're not supposed to change residences without permission. Come to think of it, there was that time when around 10 people wandered in after their village flooded. But even then, most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor decides where refugees like that will go, so they will never want for anything. We thought you guys were refugees at first, too. Then, this is not a village, but a cage. Curse these oppressors! I'm so mad I could dance! What the hell does that mean, Spartacus? Can't help but notice that this boy has eyes. But really, why would you even want to leave the village? Yeah, we have everything we need right here. Why would we just wander off to someplace we don't even know? Are you truly okay with that? Well, yeah. I know I've never even thought about going outside the village before. I suppose this is the inevitable result of living in a single place where all one's needs are met. Hey, mister? Have you got a minute? What is it? Well, would you mind if we talked over there? So, what's this about? Okay, so don't tell the grown-ups about this. But I might know about a cold place nearby. You do? I know it's wrong to break the rules, but I can't help it. I want to know what it's like outside the village. So sometimes I sneak out to go exploring when everyone else is busy working the fields. I know just how you feel. There's just something enchanting about the outside world. Really? Do you like exploring too, mister? Yep, I love it. I knew you would say that, senpai. You always enjoy meeting new people, after all. I don't actually get out much, or at all. I see. I guess you and me are a lot alike then. So, what can you tell us about this cold place? Well, I haven't been there in a long time, and I only went once, but I remember there was a dark and chilly spot in the forest not too far from here. I remember it being really creepy. If I were a monster, I'm sure that's where I would live. Oh-ho, so you found a lead on the Krichat nest, have you? That should be very useful. Well done. This puts Koyanskaya squarely in our sights. I've got you by the tail now, you little minx. I agree we should take care of this nest sooner rather than later, but what about Akuta? I'm pretty sure she's keeping careful watch of all of us and just waiting for another chance to attack. Wasting time in a deadlock with her will not help us. For the time being, we need to focus on any possible lead to bring us within reach of Koyanskaya. If we leave after dark from the opposite side of the village where Akata attacked, we should be able to sneak out. Someone will need to stay behind to protect the shadow border while we are gone, just in case. Even so, it is worth the risk of dividing our forces to investigate this possible demonic beast nest. Well, then all we gotta figure out is who stays and who goes. So Mordred is staying, I guess. You should be part of the expedition team, Holmes. No point in a detective holding down the fort, right? Setting aside for a moment that armchair detectives are, to use the modern parlance, very much a thing, I am forced to concur that this investigation must be conducted on site. Very well then, I will go and investigate this nest. Fortunately, my wounds have completely healed now. Mr. Cursor, I would like you to lead this expedition, of course. Left to my own devices, it is entirely plausible that I may become so engrossed in solving this mystery that I take a tumble over a waterfall. I'll come along too, Senpai. Please say you'll do it. Of course. In that case, why don't you choose the last expedition members, Cursor? We've sure got no shortage of options. Who do you want to bring? Would you come with us, Jinke? Jinke? One of those. Of course, I'm actually quite good at locating things, you know. But you'll still need to smash any monsters you find along the way, won't you? In that case, I should come along too. I will crush any oppression we find. Then Mordred and I will hold the fort. If you want, Naja and me could go squish anyone who says we couldn't take on that cryptor chick while you're out demonic beast hunting. No, Mordred. Just focus on keeping the shadow border safe, okay? Please? Yeah, I was kidding. Freaking fun police over here. Wow! Riding around on your shoulders almost feels like flying, Spartacus. Even familiar scenery can seem completely different when viewed from a new perspective. That small change can help you see things you've never noticed. Sometimes you see beauty and goodness you overlooked, others you see evil and cruelty you cannot ignore. It is all part of growing up. That's a lot of words. I think what Spartacus is trying to say is that you're right to want to see the village the world outside your village. I am? You are, my little rebel. I wish I was as tall as you, Spartacus. That will come with training. I wasn't much bigger than you when I was your age, you know. Really? Then I can actually be like you someday, Spartacus? Of course you can. Anyone can be like me. Life is rebellion against adversity. I was a little worried about having a child lead the way, but Spartacus is actually pretty good with him. Who'd have thought? He is, yes, and since he's carrying the boy on his shoulders, we're making good time. That said, we can't go too quickly or Cursor will have trouble keeping up. Don't push yourself too hard, alright, Cursor? If you get tired, I'll give you a piggyback. I'll do my best. I can see more farmland up ahead. Is this a neighboring village? We could save time if we go through it, but I'll get in trouble if someone notices. Maybe we should go around. Hey. Do you smell that? Yes, there's a definite scent of blood on the wind. Oh no. Yes, I suppose that would make sense. If the monster nest is in fact where the boy is taking us, then we are moving along the same path the monsters themselves did. Oh no. Any village along the way would surely be subject to these beasts' depredations. Boy, go find a safe place to hide and stay there until we get back. We won't be long. Okay, be careful, alright? This is awful. Oh, jeez. What a gruesome sight. From the looks of things, I don't think there were any survivors. Be careful. I can still smell the foul stench of those man-eating beasts. Yes, they're still close by. They will no doubt have noticed our scent as well. Ugh. And there they are. There's a lot of them, too. Just as well, if we do not take care of them now, they will go on to hunt for prey in other villages. Let's do it. Your orders, please, Master. Okay. Man, this Lostbelt has a lot of characters with, like, really deep voices. I am struggling here. Nice. Oh, geez, that's a lot. Okay. Nice. Hostiles eliminated. The battle is over. Now these people can rest in peace. I'd like to think they can, at least. What is it, Sir Detective? Have you noticed something? Master Cursor, how did this latest battle feel to you? Was there something up? I didn't notice anything weird. Okay. Wait, the target focus. I don't think they had something like that before. They did seem to be more coordinated than they should. I agree. The creature we fought in the Russian Lostbelt never behaved like this. These were weaker individually, but had a sort of cunning and intellect to make up for it. Their loss of strength is almost certainly due to the change in environment. For creatures accustomed to the cold, even this weather must seem oppressively hot. Still, they were working as a team. Not like a pack of wild animals either, but a trained unit. Then someone had to have gone to the trouble to train them. It's early yet to be certain, but yes, it does seem likely. Do you think Koyansuya is behind this? If she is, that would raise its own questions. Namely, when did she have time to do so? The answers will surely become apparent in time. Fortunately, they left footprints we can follow. Good point. At least we know we're going in the right direction. I'll go get the boy. Meet us outside the village. No one so young should have to see something like this. I didn't know Spartacus was so kind. He might not look it, but his purpose was always to protect the weak. Once he believes someone needs protecting, he will do anything to keep them safe. Of course, that often ends in him sacrificing anyone and everyone to do so. I guess that's a berserker for you. They're nothing if not committed. Wait, was that there before? Akuta's camp. And where's this? This is the capital. Okay. Yeah, no, let's just use a regular support. And I want to use my casters again. It's just up ahead. There's this huge hole in the ground you can use to get inside. I see, so they've taken up residence in a cave. It's really cold and dark inside. I got scared, so I didn't get very far in before I turned back. It seemed like it was really deep, though, because it was echoing like crazy. That does sound like it would work as a good home for monsters who prefer the cold. Forget sounds like, we're obviously in the right place. I see, we're surrounded. How exciting! I'm so sorry, I should have been more alert. Well, you were an absolutely superlative navigator before returning to the front lines, Miss Kyrie Light. I cannot blame Mr. Cursor for relaxing his guard now that you are back at his side once more. Aren't you guys scared? Oh, don't worry. This journey would have ended ages ago if everyone here couldn't crack a joke in the face of mortal peril. Okay, so it's more just like shorter story segments, but a lot of fights. Alright. I love Nero. I'm so glad I somehow managed to get Caster Nero NP3. That's a lot. Okay. Let's do it like that. Nice. Cool, cool. Ha! Too easy! This is so strange. I thought the Krichadan giants would be living in different places. Indeed, Krichat destroyed that village, but we followed their tracks only to find giants. Now I wonder what we will find in that cave. There's only one way to find out. Just standing here thinking won't get you any answers, Sir Detective. What about the boy? Don't you think it's too dangerous to bring him in there with us? Be that as it may, we cannot let him return on his own either. There's no telling how many demonic beasts could be lurking nearby. Then we need someone to stay here and guard him. No, you can't do that. You all need to stick together if you're going to fight those monsters. Take me with you. I'm sure I'll be safe as long as I stay close to Cursor. Guess that makes sense, yeah. I'm proud of you, boy. You have spirit embracing adversity like this. You have faced the fears oppressing you and rebelled against them. Come with us. I will be your shield and guide and sing a song of triumph in your honor. Indeed, we are not called heroic spirits for nothing. I promise we will not let your bravery go to waste. What am I yawning for? I just woke up like 2 hours ago. Okay, let's do one more section, probably. Well, this answers one question. Take a look. Over here we have giant tracks, and over here we have Krichat dung. Does that mean they've been living here together? Much as I would like to laugh the notion off, we have seen ample evidence of their cohabitation. These demonic beasts have been quite thoroughly altered. So much so that they have begun sharing their territory with altogether different species. So someone's been going around domesticating the same beast that led to their Lostbelts getting pruned away. Pretty horrible hobby. And of course, there is a yet more significant question. To what end? Maybe they don't have an end in mind. You said this Koyanskaya went around the other Lostbelts tormenting innocent people for kicks, right? Maybe releasing man-eating beasts into peaceful agricultural villages with no defenses is just more of that. Yeah, doubtful. That's not her style, I think. Oh, I think they've spotted us, preparing for combat. So, then... So, like I was saying, I don't think it's Koyanskaya's style to just set demonic beasts loose. This kind of slaughter, this massacre, isn't really her thing. She is much more calculated and sadistic. She takes things slow. She plays with her food. So if it's not Koyanskaya, then what's going on here? I really need to remember to change her sprite. I want to go with the shorter hair, white kimono one instead. Or maybe like the hair up one. I just really, really hate this stupid hairstyle. The like shorter on top, but just with a longer section added on. Well, I don't hate it, but like, it's stupid. Okay, we're getting close to an hour on this one, so I'm gonna call this episode here. We'll finish off section 4 next time. See you then.